Aloha, namaste, and welcome to this edition of the Ram Dass Webcast series, streaming live from Maui, brought to us by the Love Serve Remember Foundation and ramdass.org. Just a brief announcement before we get started today. The Love Serve Remember Foundation, for those who may not know, is dedicated to preserve and continue the teachings of Neem Karoli Baba and Ram Dass. The foundation facilitates the continuation of these teachings through social media, programs just like these webcasts, a vast digital media library, podcasts, a social network, all available through ramdass.org. The Love Serve Remember Foundation also sponsors retreats on Maui, led by Ram Dass, that feature internationally esteemed spiritual teachers. You can learn more about Ram Dass retreats, his public events on Maui, at ramdass.org. Today's webcast, well, we have a very, very unique and special guest joining Ram Dass, Emmanuel. We won't see Emmanuel with our eyes today, but we will hear him and feel him in our hearts by way of Jo Clarkson, who serves as a channel for Emmanuel and has since 2011. Emmanuel is an angel. He's an astral being, an ethereal entity, spirit that exists on a plane of consciousness at a level of awareness that enables him to communicate through his chosen channel, who are capable of the embodiment of his essence and can vocalize without filter or personal influence the message or his sharings. For over 30 years, up until her death in April of 2012, Pat Rodegast served as Emmanuel's channel, and it was during this time, or that time, Ram Dass came to know Emmanuel and Pat. In 1984, Ram Dass discovered Emmanuel through Pat while listening to a radio program broadcasted by New York City's WBAI, and was quite taken with their work. So much so, Ram Dass wrote the foreword in Pat's first book, published in 1985, entitled Emmanuel's Book. Here's just an excerpt from that foreword. I have had the opportunity to get to know Emmanuel's teachings, and as a psychologist, I have realized that it does not matter how Pat is able to communicate these teachings, because the truth, the intuitive validity of what Emmanuel says is what really matters. He has a certain charm, warmth, and humor that has made me treasure him as a friend. So whether that information is coming from the deepest part of Pat, or from another being, or from the highest one that lies beyond all forms, it does not matter as long as it helps guide us home. Ram Dass, 1985. Have a wonderful webcast. Please welcome Ram Dass, Emmanuel, and Jo Clarkson.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Jo and I are dear friends, and he has come from England to Maui and joins us. He is a representative of Emmanuel, and I know Emmanuel, as Mike said, years and years. And Emmanuel, he's an astral uncle. Maharaji's my guru, and Emmanuel is my uncle. Do you have anything to say?
I'm Jo, and I'm the channel for Emmanuel. I've known Emmanuel about as long as I've known Ram Dass. I knew him when he was channeled through Pat Rodegast, and I've known both Pat and Emmanuel since I was about 16, 17. So they've been tag teaming me for a while, both Maharajii, Ram Dass and Emmanuel, and it's a great honor and privilege to be here with you today to share the teachings and messages of someone who has helped shape my life and thousands of others. There's not much to see. I'll close my eyes. I don't change. I don't go into a funny trance and start rocking to and fro. You'll just hear that my language changes, my tone changes, and today I hope, and I know, actually I don't hope, that you will get to experience Emmanuel through the wonders of the internet. So allow yourselves to be open, not just to his words, but to his presence, because he will be coming to be with you, for he is just like that. So allow space wherever you're sat for your angels to be with you, and for Emmanuel's love to come through the wonder of technology into your space and into your heart.
Yeah. The technology allows for the human heart. I was skeptical at first. You couldn't, the heart would never go through the wires. Heart to heart, soul to soul. The one-to-one is just like this.
Yeah.
Like this. And then this extravaganza with because there's how many people would you?
Thousands
that are at this moment, and people way off the they're off the geographical chart, and off the consciousness chart.
Emmanuel would like to say something about that.
Okay.
Says I will save my introductions, if I may, for in a moment, but I feel as this is important to speak. Why do you think technology is on your planet, dearest one, if not to share the truth of who you are? In your essence, you are love personified, and therefore, of course, the wires, as you call them, will share that love and be a vehicle through which love can spread. For there is far too much fear upon your planet right now. And so let us use your technology for what it was initially created for, to create a web of love, to spread love across your planet. And today, dearest ones, may I address you, yes, you who are watching this particular webinar with my beautiful nephew, and I, Emmanuel, and my dear sweet channel before you. It is a momentous occasion For today I bring tidings of most wonderful news. I am here to remind you of the truth of who you really are. Beneath all the stuff and veneer of humanity, there is a far greater depth to you than you ever dreamt possible. You are all beings of light. You are angels all. And I am here, quite frankly, to wake you up. It is time to wake from your slumber. It is time to get up out of your beds of unconsciousness and step into a more conscious and evolved way of being. It is time to make a stand, to sign up, to answer love's call and say in the deepest recesses of your hearts, yes, yes, I will stand for love. Yes, I will ensure that every expression, every word, every thing that I do becomes a more perfect expression of the truth of who I am, and who you are, dearest one, is love personified, love in form. So today we will explore what it is to express that love through the vehicle, the technology that was designed to share that love and to unite under the banner of love so many beautiful angels, and bring them together in a moment of your time. For where I am, time does not exist, but to share a blessed moment, to reunite, to remember, all of you simultaneously, the truth of who you all are, for all that you are is the same. You are all one. We are all one. Know that.
Yes.
Yes.
I say.
If I may speak a little of my vocabulary, for often times it is the vocabulary, the language that is used, which turns people on or off. So before you turn off, let me tell you that I am an angel, and it is my sole purpose to reawaken the sleeping angels upon your planet and to remind you, yes, of the truth of who you are. I have done that, tick box. But also to remind you that you are all born with skills, talents, and gifts, which will help you as a global community with the evolution of your planet to a heaven on earth. I am serious in this. I am not some wishy-washy angel. I am not some light and fluffy. I am telling you that heaven on earth is not only possible, it is inevitable. And today, I am calling to your heart's longing. I am answering your call, and I am saying to you, quite bluntly, it is time to get busy, people. It is time to rally together under the banner of love and to begin the transformation of your planet. Ah, but Emmanuel, that is such a big task, is it not? No. It is much more simple and easy than you would possibly dare to believe. merely love yourself and know
Yeah.
that you are here for a reason. Many of you for many reasons. To find one's purpose, to find one's unique skills, gifts and talents, and to put them into action. Will, with the sense of community to come together as we are today, will bring heaven on earth. And so I was talking of vocabulary. Yes, I am an angel, but do not get caught with this language. I will say that you are angels and you are beings of light, for it is my vocabulary, but it is only my vocabulary. Simply interchange it with whatever vocabulary serves your particular beliefs and faith best. For angel, substitute soul, substitute Atman, substitute Christ consciousness, the light within. It does not matter. I will talk of the all that is. The all that is could be called God, could be named Buddha. It does not matter. What matters is that you hear the truth that exists just beneath the words, that is held inside their forms. And that is all, really. So what shall we talk of, dearest nephew?
We can talk about love. We can talk about, my conception is that we are all souls, and there are souls who are in an incarnation. You, Emmanuel, focus on the incarnation. But because I focused on the incarnation in psychology and stuff like that, I want to focus on the soul for us. Can you hear me?
Says, of course. I find it interesting, dearest one, that you say that I focus on the incarnation. I focus on its purpose, most assuredly, but is not purpose a soul's journey?
Yeah. Yes.
And so my purpose, dearest one, is to move you beyond the veil of your incarnation, to reveal the soul, to use your terminology, that is beneath.
Mm-hmm.
I am, if you will, a uncoverer.
Yeah.
And I will be talking to you today, and yes, I am talking to you again, dear sweet angels that are listening. I will be talking direct to your angel self. And so please do not try to understand what I am talking with your intellect, with your mind. It is time to press the remote control and press standby for your mind, for it is not required in the coming minutes that we will have to share. We will be talking heart to heart, soul to soul,
soul to soul. Emmanuel, we are all souls in individual souls. The Jivatman, and individual souls have the covering of separateness, and the soul goes into the Atman, or the one, or the one. Those are three distinct planes of consciousness. Planes of consciousness. Maharajii is in the third plane, or on third plane, and he's one with the one. But the souls are individual. Can you say that? Say that that means that the souls aspire to oneness.
Imagine, if you will, that you are all individuations, small pieces, if you will, of the all that is.
Yes.
This is what it is to be, in your language, a soul, in mine, an angel. There is a cycle, if you will. In order for the all that is to experience itself, it must come down into form, into separateness, to experience individuality, yes, but also when it comes into human form, human incarnation, to experience the gamut of all that it is to be human. Real separation, individuality, emotions, heartbreak, longing, love, loss, and then ultimately to come back through one's last breath, and then the next breath back into the formless, the all that is. It is a constant cycle. of formlessness, then form individuation, individual incarnation, and then back into formlessness. But it is a form of it is an experiential experience for the all that is, so that it might experience itself. So each of you are a perfect expression in individual form of the all that is. So when I talk to you about being the perfect expression of love, I am not merely giving you beautiful words. I am telling you the truth. For you see, the all that is love. For love is all that there is. Love, God. Love, God. It is interchangeable. It is interchangeable words.
Emmanuel, I have been reading Beyond Death literature. These are people who have strokes or have something medical, and they go into beyond death, and they report back to us. I conclude from that the individual souls go into soul land, which is beyond time and space, and when they in that soul place, they meet, connect with intelligence or with consciousness. Souls that are in their soul pod, and then they meet a being that's the light is wonderful. And that's the guru or super angel. And that being helps the soul, understand their karma from previous births. And choose a birth for the next birth. Now, the soul when they have finished dying, they look back at their incarnation, and they are identified with the roles that the incarnation contained. That's how I see, and I'd like you to say a little word on my conception of after death.
It is a fairly accurate description, dearest one. Each individual incarnation, as they let go of their body and breathe their next breath. Dearest one, may I just for a moment please address the dear sweet angels that are watching us and say this: there is nothing to fear from death, and there is no such thing as death. Yes, you will look different, for you will not have the outer shell. But dearest ones, your outer shell, trust me, is so restrictive, and you will be so delighted when you can fully breathe again. For you see, your last breath is merely the last breath before the next bigger breath. Imagine, if you will, when you are taking off a particularly tight pair of trousers, and you will release the button, and there is an involuntary sigh. That, dearest ones, is a rather accurate description of what you call death. It is like taking off a tight shoe or a tight pair of jeans. It is a relief, a release, and you can fully breathe again. So now back to your description, if I may. Every individual soul still carries, as they breathe that next breath, what one might call the baggage from that particular incarnation. You might call it its karmic footprint or some such thing.
Yes.
Now, in order for that soul to progress on, it is given a brief picture show, if you will, although I am not sure they provide popcorn, where you will see and experience your particular incarnation. By the way, dearest ones, this is most delightful an experience. It is not, as some of your holy books have said, a day of judgment. It is far from that. It is a movie full of so moments. There will be tinges of, oh, if I'd only, oh, and I missed that, and if I could have. But where you are, there is no judgment. For here, let me be blunt, if I may. I will tell you right now, there are no ledgers kept in heaven. There are no books of all the bad girls and the good boys, or the bad boys and the good girls. There is only a amassing of credit. There is only your particular experience, all of which enables the all that is itself to be informed, for it is a communication channel, birth and death, to use your terminology. It is a way for the all that is to know and experience itself, yes, but also what is happening right now upon your planet. So all your experiences are fed into the great library, supercomputer, to use your modern language, so that the all that is may experience itself. And then, yes, of course, then you will come home. Do you always come home? Yes. But you may only pay a flying visit, dump your washing and your ironing, and then you will take form again. Do you choose that form? Absolutely. One must see your incarnations as somewhat of as a holiday. When you are the all that is, and you are in what you might term as heaven, well, everything is here, it is perfect. And so sometimes perfection can become a little dull. And so to come into form is like to go on an exciting adventure, a brilliant holiday, where you can pretend to be someone else for a while and experience all the joys and wonders of what it is to be human. For it is such a joyous experience, let me tell you, I miss it. It has been a while since I was in form, and there are parts of me that miss it. For it is such a delight to taste the bounty of your earth, to delight in the deliciousness of relationship and interconnectedness, to rage and rant and rail. How delightful. It is a wonderful thing to be a part of. So embrace it, all of it. For it is not your job to be perfect. It is not your job to disappear in a flash of white light, although if you wish to, you can. It is, dearest ones, to Embrace the totality of who you are. Your humanity, with all of its frailties. Love your anger. It will soon dissipate. Love your disappointment, your hurt, your guilt. And you will find that your life merely comes into a fuller color, a more radiant color. There is a sparkle that comes with finding purpose again, remembering who you really are. You do not seek perfection. It is a false path.
Yeah. Yeah. You mentioned the culture or what we all are at the moment, and I look at this incarnation as learning about separateness. And by the way, when you show, like, yes, that's you, that's Emmanuel, or that's Joe?
No, it's Emmanuel.
Okay. So Emmanuel forces you to like that.
Yeah. If it's not, he'll get me to just park that particular phrase that you mentioned.
Yeah.
So that he can come back to it.
Some of the people, this is a bad period. There we go again. Is that Manuel?
Sure.
Okay. And others think is, like I think, that there are pockets of consciousness in the world, and these pockets represent the oneness which we are all pointing at.
He says, you are very accurate, dearest one. Well done. You see, to experience separateness, yes, but then to remember one's unity, you see. For first, this is an experience of separateness, but soon that becomes a little dull and boring. And you say, well, I am sure it is more than just being separate. I'm sure it is more than just a new house or car or all this stuff. It is not bringing me happiness, contentedness. So where can I find something which I identify with, other beings that I can connect with? And so now, upon your planet, there is great reason to be optimistic. Do not just be optimistic, be joyous. I am telling you, in no uncertain terms, to not believe what you are seeing. Look for the truth, and look for love expressing itself right now upon your planet, there are more awakened souls than there have ever been in the history of the evolution of your planet. Imagine, if you will, that each awakened soul, by which I mean those who have suddenly realized that there is more to life than the stuff, are like a light bulb. So each awakened soul, awakened angel, that has come out of its slumber. By the way, awakened does not mean that you know what you are doing or why you are here. That is part of the journey of being an awakened soul. But first, you must be woken up from the sleep. Woken up. And when you are awake, you cannot go back to sleep.
Yes.
Once you have been, the light switch only has on. It does not have off.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I see from where I am, which for the sake of your imaginations, imagine I am orbiting your planet like a satellite of love. And from where I orbit, where I am, what I see are every single light bulb that comes on, and there are great clusters forming across your planet. And right now, you have reached beyond the critical mass. That means that there are more lights and more light than there are dark areas upon your planet. You are lit up like an illuminated lamp that is illuminated from within. And that is how we view your planet right now. We see more and more light bulbs. Every person that says, you know, I do not think this is the way it should be. I don't believe that there is so much fear on this planet. I don't think we should hate. I think we should love. You know, I think that perhaps there is more to this than meets the eye. I think perhaps, maybe, there is more to this life than I dared imagine. There goes the light bulb again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, dearest one, I am with you. Let us be the optimistic brothers. We will shout our optimism, and we will shout our truth. And we will rally those that have ears to listen, will hear that they are not alone, for this is important. When I talk of great clusters of light, here we are. You, I, my channel, and perhaps 1,000 or more just waking up angels. The light is coming. The light is here.
Yeah.
And the light is the truth of who you are.
What? Then when I say to people, go within, if go within for true love, true truth. True compassion, true peace, true consciousness, true joy, true joy. I'm pointing people to the spiritual path.
You are pointing them, dearest one, to the truth of who they are. For if there were one thing that I would ask all of you to take away with you today, if you wish to uncover more, to go within without judgment, love your foibles, your quirks, your human frailties, embrace them as you would embrace a long-lost friend or a long-lost lover. And if you wish to change the world and have heaven on earth, do one thing and one thing only. Fall back in love with yourself again. For when you are fully in love with yourself, then all is possible.
Yes, 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 yes. I think we'll pause another for a meditation. Wow. Wow. We are souls. We are loving awareness. Loving awareness. Loving awareness. Loving awareness. We are loving awareness. Wow. You can find loving awareness in your heart center. And from that, go to the plane of consciousness. That what I call soul land. And once you're in soul land, it's all love. It's all love. It's all love. When I look at the wall, when I look at my wheelchair, when I look at this thing here, I just feel, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And once you really love all of it, all of it,
All of it.
all of it, you disappear into all of it. You disappear in being love. Being love. The individual souls see love. Then the inside of you is be love. Be love. Be love. Be love. That was what my guru, Neem Karoli Baba, he was being love. Being love. Once you be love, you radiate to other people. You radiate love. Just, that's all you have to do, is radiate. And thank you so very much, Emmanuel.
As you are most welcome.
And Joe, if people want to contact you, how do they do that?
Emmanuel has a website, which is www.jo and Emmanuel, EMMANUEL. And if you wish to contact me direct, I am Joe, J-O, at Meta, M-E-T-A, positive, POSITIVE.com. And part of my role is to ensure that Emmanuel is open to all, and Emmanuel is always open to all. He doesn't go anywhere. His sole purpose is to help us in any way, shape, or form. So please feel free to contact. Please feel free to read his blogs on the website. That's what we're here for, both of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste. Namaste.